The simplistic side-scroller puzzle gameplay of Mario and Limbo returns with the horror and art style of something out of a Tim Burton movie. Little Nightmares 2 is obviously the sequel to Little Nightmares 1, and a game that is, yes, cute and simple as it looks scares the shit out of me at the same time as well. I mean, look at these faces. So imagine my surprise when I avoided Little Nightmares 1 like Cartman getting a needle.
Eric, it's just a little prick.
Good boy, Eric!
To have Little Nightmares 2 drop right in my lap, and all I gotta say is fuck, this is fun, but it's still scary. If you're a fan of Limbo, Mario, or any side-scrolling puzzle game, then Little Nightmares might be for you. But if you love these games and you dress like, well, this, then this game is perfect for you. Little Nightmare 2 starts off with you playing as a random little kid out in a forest and just moving from one side of the screen to the other. You'll learn basic things like jumping, climbing, grabbing ledges, and before you know it you'll find another little kid that's caught in this weird world. At first the kid bolts like a dog yearning to take a piss outside before finding out that they need help navigating this world. Now you and this other kid will help each other by pushing items around, grabbing each other as you jump from one ledge to another, or even helping you use an item like a shotgun. As you can see, the art style in Little Nightmares 2 is that claymation style from Tim Burton movies, but also a little bit of that series of unfortunate events series. Well, the movie is better than the series. Sorry, Neil Patrick Harris.
Where's the roast beef?
Roast beef?
Beef, yes, roast beef. It's the Swedish term for beef that is roasted.
This style makes the game basically timeless as it ages. Now look at games like, well, fuck, anything that's a real life styled game like, you know, Grand Theft Auto or basically any of the Star Wars games or Cyberpunks. Yes, they look great as the game released, but over time and as the technology grows, they age like an old teabag left out in the sun. Now that's not the case for Little Nightmare 2 due to its cutely grotesque style. Now you'll play as a little kid in what appears to be a giant's world, and the world's a little similar to that of the It series or the It movie, well, at least for me. Every adult character are basically evil and trying to kill you in some way. The start of the game gives you the basic hunter trying to shoot you down with a hunting rifle, following you around a forest before moving to this terrifying city boarding school where you're hunted down by a teacher who can stretch out their neck and wants to eat you. What's even creepier is that she teaches a class of clay pot kids that want to fuck you up. You'll thankfully be able to fight back against smaller enemies and get around traps, which is pretty cool. There are even some Home Alone style traps that at first gets a good solid laugh out of me before becoming annoying when I know that they're there and I die from them.
Heads up!
Now just like games like Super Meat Boy and, well, Limbo, you can expect to die pretty frequently. Most of the time it'll be from some monster or creature or nightmare trying to catch you, but other times it'll be falling off ledges or just thinking you can make the distance by jumping and, well, not making it. Thankfully though, anytime you do die, and you will die a bit, you'll respawn basically exactly where you died, if not just around the corner if you died from being caught by a nightmare. It's probably supposed to be something cute, but I kinda laughed a bit, but when your character respawns and you're trying to do whatever it is you died from again, you'll be sitting on the floor curled up in basically somewhat of a fetal position, and it's probably due to the horror you just witnessed, but I still kinda laughed anyways, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing or not. Now, while Little Nightmares is simple and straightforward, but also ugly in a good way, I have found a couple of little issues with Little Nightmares 2. Now, once you rescue and find your little friend, they'll help you out a fair bit and teach you how to get around threats for a bit. Now, in the first level or stage, I got caught by the swamp hunter from my little buddy pushing me out in front of the detection field. I also found the hit detection a bit weird. One moment running and sliding away from the teacher monster, and what else do you call her? Dolores? Anyways, I thought I was in the clear, and before I knew it, I was inside Dolores' mouth. Also, the hit detection while you're using a melee weapon is a bit fucking broken. Now, during one point in the second level or stage, if you will, you need to use a melee weapon and defend yourself against these crazed porcelain puppet kids. Now, you'll need to time when the doll is about to leap at you and also measure out how long your attack range is with the weapon you're using, in this instance, a hammer or a ladle. It's safe to say I got killed over and over and over and over again. Now, some of these were due to me not timing the attacks right, but a lot of them was due to the hit detection or the game just being weird. Now it's also worth noting for those of you who aren't aware of the Little Nightmares series, but the game is roughly about 4 hours long, depending on how long you take to solve puzzles and challenges. Though I will admit there are puzzles here in Little Nightmare 2 that will have you scratching your head for a good while before calling yourself a fucking moron. Though Little Nightmares 2 is $40 on the Xbox Marketplace, and that's $40 well spent, I think. But for the final question you may or may not have, can you play Little Nightmares 2 without playing the first? And the answer is, fuck yes you can. Not only is Little Nightmares 2 a fun game, but it will make you want to go back and replay or play the first game again. Now, I've seen some outlets review Little Nightmares 2 negatively because the gameplay hasn't really changed, but the levels have. To that I say, this is a fucking $40 game, and if the game ain't broke, don't fix it. Imagine if Jedi Fallen Order 2, or whatever it's called, changed the entire game from an action-light Dark Souls-esque game to a turn-based game. Yeah, exactly. You're not changing the gameplay. It ain't broke. Don't fucking fix it. Little Nightmares 2 is a fun and frightening, and in a good way, a gateway drug for Mario games into, say, horror titles. Little Nightmares 2 is available now.